Alright guys, how's it going? Famine52 back again, and in today's episode, we make our way into Sin. Let's get going. Alright guys, welcome back. So in the last couple episodes, we have been getting everybody's celestial weapons, and actually got Waka's world champion in the last episode after playing quite a fair bit of blitzball. But let's go ahead and put all of those guys to good use, shall we? Let's go ahead and take on Sin real quick.
The Final Showdown with Sin. I say let's
we
get this show on the road.
Alright, so let's go ahead and get this started,
Here we
guys.
go. Well, this is it, huh?
Yu Yevon's hiding somewhere inside Sin, and we're gonna find him.
Well, that sounds pretty simple.
Hey, simple is the way you like it, right?
You got that right.
Pops, I'm counting on ya.
Right. Got you covered. Yeah. How's that?
Right on. A singing ship in the sky.
I hope everyone got the message.
I mean, we've given them enough time, Walker. They should have. Sin! We really need to zoom in to see that that's Sin, guys. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious.
All right, we're going in.
How we gonna get inside?
The easy way, how else?
Figures. Well, let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, how you plan on getting inside?
If we can't get through the mouth, we'll rip open a new one. You with me?
Now that's what I call a plan.
Indubitably, Sin. Sin. Father, I know what to use.
Of course.
Of course.
All right.
Titus, you don't know.
We'll give that thing a new blowhole. All you gotta do is jump.
Roger.
I won't tell you to be careful. Do your worst, kiddo.
Roger.
Roger.
Fet!
Wait.
Riku, you... guard!
She doesn't need that much guarding,
Will
buddy,
do.
but will do. I'm sorry, Buddy's your friend in the second game. She doesn't need that much guarding, brother. Anyway, let's go ahead and make our way up to the deck real quick. And start our showdown with Sin, shall we? And it's going to be right up here, obviously, where we fought Evray before. And let's go. Into another cutscene.
I can hear the song.
Yes, I can hear the hymn too.
They listen to us.
We won't let them down. Yuna. You don't need this anymore, right?
Oh!
You know, he obviously has it in his hand. Why are you checking your pockets?
Right? Huh.
And Titus, we are currently flying over Bavel / the Calmlands. If that thing survives, it has a lot of personal information that you just basically gave to anybody to watch freely. What are you thinking? I'm actually surprised we don't find that sphere in the second game.
Hey, guys? Guys, that's not good, yeah?
That's no good. Sin is gathering power. The flying whale. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first time we'll see his full body, right? Like, not just bits of it, but his actual full body. And I believe we're led to believe he's so powerful he's pulling rocks off the moon to charge that blast. And I gotta say, it took me an unfortunately long amount of time to realize that that blast he fires off shoots off in like 7 different directions. Which is why when we get to the next outer space shot, we see like all of those different directions show up right there. Like, I actually just realized that the other night.
Huh? Oh. Oh.
I wonder how much power it would take to do that to the ocean. Run, run, run! I'm sorry, 8 different directions, not 7.
Damn you, old man.
Hey, I saw something shine at the base of Shin's arm. I reckon it's a weak spot. Good!
What? What?
We're
We're being pulled in by Sin.
Sin's pulling us in!
That's what I just said.
Everyone, back inside!
Too late, it comes! Alright guys, so here we are up against the left fin of Sin. As you can see, he has 65,000 hit points, and he's currently out of range for our melee attackers. That is perfectly fine. Orin, go ahead and cheer us up real quick. Thank you, sir. Now, just like the Evray fight, we actually have the option to have either Titus or Riku tell Sid, that is, to move us in. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And Sin up there is armored from both physical and magical attacks. So there's not really much we're going to be able to do for right now. But let's see what happens if we hit him with a mental break, shall we? Alright. Negation. So negation right there is a counter attack that that Sin does. It negates any sort of ailment changes? I don't think that's the right word. Like if you're in haste, or like he's in slow, or like you're slowed, he's armor broken, like that sort of thing. I think it also works on poison. I could be wrong. But any of that stuff, that negation counterattack right there will get rid of it on the entire field. So let's go ahead and let's hit this guy with a Blizzaga, shall we? $30,000 damage, very nice. And let's go ahead and get Yuna in here. Yuna, let's have you Let's have you cast Flare. So it is worth noting that when we're this far away, there's not really much that the arm itself could do. I think that really the only thing at this point that he could do is gather energy and cast Gravaja? However you want to say it, like it's saying up top. Which will, I believe, does 75% of the party's current health. I'm not sure if it could actually kill you or not, but it is a pretty strong attack. And when you move in closer, he can also do a little ram attack that causes delay turn effect. So if you're going to be fighting him in melee, just be aware of that. Overkill. It also takes 10,000 hit points to overkill him. So if you do not have the celestial weapons at this point, you want to pull in and do a multi-hit overdrive or something with Riku or what have you.
Here we go!
And Sid is busting out the big guns now. What was this versus Every? Sir, I feel like we could have taken care of Every in like 2 seconds. Granted, we kind of did, but... And for overkilling him, we get 2 HP spheres. Very nice for Riku right there.
Got it!
Couldn't have done it without you! Alright! Everyone look sharp! Time to hit the other side!
Easy for you to say.
Alright, and now we are facing the right arm, which has all of the same stuff as before. I'm going to go ahead and try to move us in this time, just to show off some stuff a little bit. So let's go ahead and guard up until we get close. One of the downsides of having a high agility at this point is when you're trying to do stuff like this. And you know what? Lulu, you do not need to be out here. Let's go ahead and get Titus in.
Don't be falling now!
Alright, so I believe this is going to be the same as the other side, but if we go ahead and steal from the arm right here, rare steel is going to be a shining gem, and a normal steel, couldn't steal anything right there. Let's go ahead and see about Titus. A normal steel is going to be an X potion, but that shining gem is going to be the rare one. Here's that delay attack. But because our agility is so high, it doesn't really matter all that much. Let's go ahead and see if we can't armor break him for right now. See how long that lasts. We really don't need to do this because of our celestial weapons, but couldn't hurt. Okay. He just negates it right away for us. It is possible to do that and have it stick for a couple of turns. But that's not going to happen right now, which is perfectly fine. Let's just go ahead and mug him. And that's right, Titus, you do not have mug. I don't know if Titus is going to be able to kill him with this. He is not. Okay, so if you don't have the celestial weapons and you don't have any overdrives full that you could hit him with that do multi-attack, but you have Riku, and you went and got some black or some dark matters like I did before, that will actually be enough to overkill this guy. With 13,000 damage. And I do recommend overkilling the right arm because we get a far better prize in my opinion than the left arm.
Hey, don't! Get out!
Ready? Fire! My Monster Hunter instincts are telling me that'll make some great weapons and armor. It is over.
Farija
What? We have only begun.
Pidra shike.
But the main gun, it is broken.
Tidridlitpa.
That cannot be. Alright, so for overkilling that arm, we get 2 level 3 key spheres, which is going to be far more useful than 2 HP spheres that I'm never going to use.
Dang it. All right, back inside. Time for another plan.
No. We're going in. Every blitzer knows. When you got the ball, you gotta score!
See you there!
Hey! Star players first!
So it's worth noting that that scene right there, whoever jumps first is completely dependent on who you have the highest relationship with. So for me, it was Riku. For you, it could be Kamari, it could be Waka, Yuna, whoever. Just thought I would note that. And this guy right here is going to be a souped up version of the Sin spawn that we fought in Kilika Forest. Only he starts with his tentacles on his side and open up. Very good. Let's go ahead and see what his steel thing is, shall we? Got a shining gem. Very nice. And because we have our celestial weapons, that is also an overkill. Alright, and the core right here. Okay, I killed him in one attack because that was a critical. It wasn't expecting that to be a critical. But every time you attack, you counterattack with a low-level elemental spell, whether that be fire, lightning, ice, or water. So just be aware of that. I believe his rare seal is also a shining gem. And Sin is going down! It's crash landing! So is that blue fairy dust supposed to be his blood? Ow. Alright, so for killing those guys, we get 2 return spheres and 2 MP spheres. Father, I can't believe what I see. Believe it, son. They've done it. It's happening. Riku, excellent.
It's going to come back, isn't it?
I know.
What? You're kidding me.
No, we have to beat the guy inside Sin.
The Crusaders would be out of a job if it was this easy, huh?
But it has weakened. I'm sure of it.
Yeah! We're winning!
All right, I'll do what I can with the main gun.
Alright, and at this point we could go ahead and talk to our crew.
Hops Machina always seem to break when you need them most.
Of course they do. That's how machines work. Will Sin truly return again? Yes, he will, brother. Yes, he will. I cannot talk to you. Waka.
Man, we must have hit that thing enough by now.
Not even close.
I think it's a little early to start celebrating.
I concur, Lulu. I concur.
This isn't over. Not yet.
We don't have to be so surly about it.
Sin still lives. Kimari knows.
Oh, Kamari. Ronso knowledge. Anyway, so in order to progress story, we need to work our way all the way back up to the deck. and talk to Yuna again. So let's go ahead and do that. And here we go. And Yuna, how you doing, hon?
I wonder if Sir Jack is in pain.
Let's just end this. Quickly. The Faith said they'd help us, right?
It bothers me, the way they said that.
Huh?
I mean, they've been fighting alongside us this whole time, but now they say they'll help?
I guess so.
Wait. Sin is reborn when Yu Yevon merges with an Aeon. Isn't that right?
Sounds
If
about.
I summon an Aeon, Yu Yevon will join with it. But at first, it'll be small, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we might be able to beat it without the final summoning.
It's just a simple fact of getting to
I
you,
don't know.
Titus.
What if Yu Yevon jumps again?
Then we'll take it down again. We'll fight him until there's no place left to run.
I never thought it would come down to this.
Yeah, I know. Hey, the Faith, they're tired of this whole thing too. Let's let them rest.
The Faith said it's pointless to keep dreaming. The dream will disappear, he said. What did he mean? And what is it that Yu Yevon is summoning from within Sin?
The dream of the faith, Yuna. The dream of the faith.
Dream of the Faith.
You won't go away, will you?
Yuni, guys! Come look! Something's happening to Sin!
Hey, that's no fair. We just cut off your fins and now you suddenly get wings. How was that fair? They are pretty wings, though. Not gonna lie, Dad.
Jecht. He's waiting for you.
Well, son, the main gun is still busted. We can't give you any cover fire.
Hey, just take us in. We'll do the rest.
I got your back.
All right. Take us up, flush to the mouth! No mistakes, or I'm gonna tear out that mop you call hair.
Trust me. Me take you there. No problem, yeah?
Let's get ready to blitz!
Don't worry. I'll cover you.
That too is solely dependent on who you have the highest relationship with. The person that talks to you in that particular situation. But now we yet again have to run up to the deck. Seems a little annoying that they keep on bringing us down to the bridge just to make us run all the way back up to the deck, but hey, I didn't make the game. Maybe there was some coding issue that made that not possible.
Here we go!
Yeah! I'm coming for you.
Alright guys, so at this point, we need to be able to defeat Sin before his overdrive gauge fills. Because if that gauge fills, then that's going to be instant death to us. So if you are kind of underleveled or playing No Sphere Grid, you might have some difficulty with this. Because I believe even right now he is technically too far for Riku. Yes, he is. So we got to be using magic or Waka's little ball over there. Let's go ahead and get Lulu in. Get Lulu. Yeah, you do have flare. So he has 140,000 hit points. So let's see what we can do. 46,000. All right. I don't know why I just defended with Titus. 25. Let's go ahead and get Yuna in, shall we? $26,000. And we'll get drawn in. And at this point, I believe we can actually hit him with Riku's, what's it called? Riku's items, but we just got another critical with Waka, so we don't have to worry about it. And now somehow we are inside Sin, which is his own little demi-plane full of fireflies and really angry eyeballs. Anyway, for overkilling the nose, we get 2 more level 3 key spheres.
Dad! Where are you?
We must go to him.
Then we will. Let me take front.
Good luck.
Follow me.
Alright, and it is worth noting at this point that the encounter rate inside Sin is incredibly high. So if you do not wish to deal with all of the encounters in here, I definitely recommend having one no encounter on. If you do want to deal with all the encounters here, I recommend, if you're worrying about capturing enemies, having Orin up front with his Masamune, and then having 2 more characters up front with the capture weapons. And even if you aren't worrying about capturing enemies, I definitely recommend having at least 1 character with a capture weapon, because there's 1 enemy inside Sin that unless you capture him, when you kill him, he counterattacks with a pretty powerful magical attack. But we'll go ahead and cross that when we come to it. But let's go ahead and equip everyone properly. Waka, let's go ahead and put Catcher on you. Titus, let's go ahead and put Tamer on you. And then with my formation, I want Orin, Titus, and Waka. And we are set to go. Now, inside Sin is a little bit of a maze, especially in the beginning when you don't have any sort of map set up. But these guys right here, the X-Ray, if you're not able to kill them in 1 attack, you might want to think about having various like protections on you, because they counterattack with pollen, which gives you poison, silence, and darkness, which can be pretty annoying, but at least there's no confusion there. And then we got this guy right here, the Bat Dude, which is the guy that we've been fighting for a while now in Gagazat and Xanarkin, so he's nothing to worry about. And then I'm just going to defend with Orin to make sure we get this. And most of the fiends in here give pretty good experience, so if you do feel like you're a little underleveled, go ahead and kind of stay in this area, farm up some experience. And we've already fought plenty of these guys, so I'm not going to worry about showing them. Alright, so moving on. If I could remember which way we need to go. Hey, it's this guy. So this is the Adamantoise, which is a pretty powerful enemy, if you let him get a turn. Hopefully we are able to capture him before he does, though. He is a pretty good source of healing waters if you need those. I believe both his rare and his regular seal are both healing waters. I believe a regular seal is single, and I believe I just saw that a rare seal is 2. So healing waters are kind of like a little less effective Mega Elixir, but they're still pretty good. Now, you see that chest up there? If we go try to get it right now, we are not going to be able to, because we're just going to be sliding down this waterfall, so we need to find a way to get to it. And there are quite a few chests in this area that are blocked off like that.
This isn't just a
Let me go ahead and take care of this guy, and I'll be right back. Alright, so moving on. This is not the right way. Ooh, the Gemini. So these guys right here. Each Gemini is actually technically considered a different monster for the purposes of the monster arena. This one right here that has what looks like a fireball on his head absorbs fire and lightning, whereas this other guy over here absorbs water and ice. And if you let them get a turn while both of them are alive, they pair together and do a double Reaper attack, which is a pretty strong attack, so we don't really want to let them get a turn with both of them still alive. So let's go ahead and at least take care of one of them. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and defend with Titus, because Orin will do most of the work here. Hey, you defended, you bastard. But yeah, so these guys are pretty powerful normally, but you're gonna kill him.
Farewell.
Yep. One of the downsides of using Orin's Masamune when you're trying to capture her fiends right there is he has counterattack. But that's alright. We'll encounter plenty of those guys running through here. This is not the right way. Why am I going this way? And like I said, we'll encounter plenty of these guys running through here. Case in point right here. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and turn around, because this is definitely not the right path. And this guy right here is the one that I was talking about earlier when I said there's a monster in here that if you do not capture him, when you kill him, he counterattacks with a meteor. And let's go ahead and capture at least one of them. That way we have at least one captured, and then the next time he pops up, I'll go ahead and show you meteor. Anyway, moving on through here. And that is actually all of the fiends that appear in this area. Anyway, as I was saying, that's actually all the fiends that appear in this area. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off random encounters, just so we can work our way through here a little bit easier. But if we head up this way and just kind of make our way down here, I believe we should come across that chest here in a second. So here's one. This chest right here is going to contain a phantom ring, which is very nice because that is a ring for Yuna, which has Water Eater, Fire Eater, and Lightning Eater, which is going to be very useful for upcoming battle. And I see that has one free slot open, so let me see if I can't make that even better for the upcoming battle. First I need to get to it. And let's see. Yep, there we go. Ice Eater. For 20 Ice Gems, we can put Ice Eater on here. Changing it to a Sophia Ring, which gives us all elemental eating abilities, which basically what that means in this game is whenever somebody tries to attack us with an element, instead of getting damaged by it, we will get healed. But let's go ahead and continue on this way, and here is this chest right here that we saw before, containing a special sphere. And let's go ahead and make our way back up the path that we took down here. See if we can't get that chest back there in the distance. Which, if I remember correctly, has a level 3 key sphere in it. And if I remember correctly, there's another chest over here somewhere. Yep, here it is. Containing an elixir. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, so once you without random encounters is what I should say. This map is not that difficult to navigate. It's just whenever you get into a battle, it kind of turns you around and makes things a little confusing. This chest, yep, that one has a level 3 key sphere. And there should be one more chest in this room, which I believe is up here. Yep, here it is, at the top of another waterfall, containing a wizard lance. That is something for Kimahri that honestly I'm never going to use, but depending on how you use Kimahri, it is plus 3%, plus 5%, plus 10% on magic. So I don't know, add a break damage limit to that, and Kimahri can be a pretty good magic caster. But that's not how I use Kimahri, so I'm not going to worry about it. And heading on up here, we're trying to get to that save sphere up there. And there we go. Let's go ahead and heal up. And I believe, let's see, Lulu, I believe you have, yep, you have Ice, Fire, and Water Eater. And if I remember correctly, is it, I think I have one more that is multiple eaters. Oh no, I'm thinking of this right here, Victorious, which is lightning proof, fireproof, and ice proof. But I actually want to have Master Thief, so I'm going to leave the Buccaneer on Riku. But let's go ahead and change up our formation. Let's put Riku, Yuna, and Lulu up there. And let's go ahead and head on into the next screen.
Don't you ever give up?
Sin has chosen me. I am part of Sin. I am one with Sin forever. Immortal.
Sin just absorbed you.
I will learn to control it from within. I have all the time in the world.
Since you were gracious enough to dispose of Yunalesca, the only means of destroying Sin is forever gone. Now nothing can stop us.
Well, we can.
By all means, try. You should thank me. Your death means your father's life.
Alright guys, so Seymour here has some of my favorite boss battle music in this game. Made even better with the HD remix in my personal opinion. Let's go ahead and get Waka out here because I forgot that there's something I want to show you guys. So this battle is meant to be a tactical battle. If we look at Seymour right now, he's going to absorb fire and take double damage, or more damage I should say, on ice. And we can adjust how that is based on these little discs around him. So what they want you to do is basically control what Seymour is going to do. So as we sit right now with all 4 of the red ones facing Seymour, he's going to hit the party with 4 Firagas, which generally a pretty strong attack. But because we have Fire Eater on 2 of our characters, it's not really going to do anything. Now let's say we were to take this sphere over here and hit it. It's going to rotate to yellow, and yellow is of course lightning. So now Seymour is going to have lightning and absorb fire. I don't think we could use magic to do this, but let's go ahead and give it a shot. Alright, so we can use magic to do it. Very nice. And magic apparently turns it the opposite direction. So now, because we have that indigo one facing Seymour, he's going to have fire damage, or I believe he negates fire damage at this point and takes half damage from lightning and ice. Let's go ahead and turn another one. And let's go ahead and turn this first one again. I did not need to do that. But now, because we have everything kind of mixed up, he's casting blizzard spells. He's casting 2 because we have 2 blizzards set. Fire because we have a fire set, and now a water up. And because Waka is not wearing any sort of elemental eaters, he kind of took that to the face. But yeah, so that's what the whole point of this battle is just control what Seymour himself is going to be doing, and just kind of controlling that. Let's go ahead and get, let's see, Yuna and Lulu are going to have a turn real quick. Let's go ahead and move this top one over one more. Bringing that one to water. And then bring the one that Waka hit earlier. Hit that one with a flare. That should bring that one back to light. Yes, it does. And now if we look at Seymour, he's going to take half damage from all of the elements, but he's going to be casting the lowest level magic on the entire party. But yeah, let's go ahead and get Riku back out here. And have her steal from Seymour real quick. Let's see what he's got. A Supreme Gin. Very nice. Ow. Ow. I absorbed that. And that is the one that Lulu does not absorb. How dare you, sir? Anyway. How much health do you have? 53? Let's go ahead and try to mug again. Alright, so there's something that some of you guys might not know, but in this fight, if we, let's go ahead and grand summon him, actually, or her, why not? If we go ahead and summon Anima, Seymour actually has something to say to her.
You would oppose me as well? So be it.
Yep. So that right there, by the way, is actually why I go ahead and get, at the very least, Anima before coming to this fight. Let's see, we've got 32,249 health left. That should not be enough to withstand an Oblivion. Nope, not even close. So there we get our overkill on Seymour. And very fitting that his mother gets the final hit.
Now, Yuna, send him!
Right!
So, it is you, after all, who will send me?
Damn straight.
But even after I am gone, Spira's sorrow will prevail.
We just sent you with Nirvana, sir. Be happy about it.
Sin will be right behind you.
And for overkilling him, we get 2 more level 3 key spheres. And now that we have taken on Seymour Omnis, we should have gotten a trophy right there, but I actually had a little corruption of video my first time killing him, so that's why the trophy didn't pop up. But now that we have defeated him, let's go ahead and run on back to this previous screen, heal on up, and don't forget to save your game if you need it, because these enemies up here are pretty difficult. But let's go ahead and change up our formation again. Let's go ahead and get Titus, Waka, and Orin back up front. Let's go ahead and make sure Titus and Waka are equipped with the correct thingamajigs. Yep, Taming Sword and Catcher. Very nice. And yeah, right here, this door, 10 fiends still seek internal repose. So what that means is we need to get into battle and kill 10 fiends. We do that, and a door right behind this door wants us to kill 10 more fiends, and then a door right behind that wants us to kill 15 more fiends. So we need to kill a total of 35 fiends here, which I am going to go ahead and do right now off screen, so you guys don't need to worry about it, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I have killed probably about 40 fiends at this point. I wanted to make sure that this was the last one that popped up so I can show you guys what happens when you kill him without capturing him. So let's see if we can't do this in one shot, because the less health we have, the more damage Orin does. So let's take a look. Not quite. Alright. So let's go ahead and attack again with Orin. And here we go with Meteor. Yeah, so that's not really a weak attack. Anyway, let's go ahead and open up this door. The fiend's now freed. Release the Seal of Yevon. And here we have another door. The Fiend's now freed. Release the Seal of Yevon. And we have one more door. And the Fiend's released the Seal of Yevon. Alright, and all of that for this chest right here, which contains a level 4 key sphere. Very nice. I'd say that's worth it. Alright, now this guy right here is a Wraith. If you for some reason don't have it yet, actually, let's go ahead and double check. If you for some reason don't have it yet, we can get a Ronso Rage for Kimahri here. But it looks like we do already have it. We can get Doom from this guy if we need it. Let's go ahead and get Orin back in here. And Orin, let's go ahead and not flee. Let's go ahead and use... I'm going to use a healing water on you if I can find them. Healing water fully restores HP at party. Very nice, very nice. And let's go ahead and get a far plane shadow. And Orin, you can now guard, walk up. Let's go ahead and capture this raid. Very good. Anyway, moving on. We have a little, not really maze, but a little area thing over here. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on down here. Cross that weird little bridge. Alright, and once we cross the bridge, let's go ahead and head over here and interact with this weird thing. Which drops down and gives us a bridge to another chest, so let's go ahead and see what's in here. They are defending bracers, which are dark-proof and death-proof. Very nice. Let's go ahead and get rid of something. Dark Ward. Alright, now moving on. Alright, these guys right here. The Demon Lith. I just call them Demon Walls because that's honestly what they are. If we attack them normally, they counterattack us with Pharaoh's Curse. That puts us in Curse and I believe Darkness. The best way to make sure that that doesn't happen is to take a Silencing Grenade, which you can steal plenty of these guys from the various mushrooms in here, and throw it at him. And if you do not think that you could take care of these guys before they get a turn, I definitely recommend switching to some stone-proof armor, because their main attack is to try to petrify the whole party, which can definitely be very annoying. But I should be able to capture this guy before that happens. Yep. There we go. Those guys can be really annoying when we are fighting multiple of them in the Omega Ruins later on. But anyway, in this room over here, we have another one of these little soul doors over here. But we should have enough fiends fought for this guy to just open. Yes, we do. Alright. And that contains a Mega Elixir. Very nice. Alright, and next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and head down here and open up this chest, which contains 20,000 gil. Go ahead and step on this thing, which is a very rude elevator that almost knocked us off. Marbro, what the hell are you doing up here? Okay, so this is the Great Marbro. Shouldn't really need to worry about this inside Sin, but this guy right here is why I have Orin up front with his Masamune. just in case we do encounter him. This is more a strategy for the Omega Ruins than it is in here. But if this guy gets off his bad breath, we are not going to have a good time. So what we do to fight this guy is have someone with first strike or initiative or whatever on their weapon. And then when the fight starts, we go ahead and head down here to skills or in special, and we use provoke on him. And that is going to make it so that he doesn't use his bad breath, and this is the attack that he opens with. This little like I-beam thing that hits everybody. Now we really don't need to worry about him anymore at this point. Let's just go ahead and capture him. And Orin, I believe if you try to attack him, you're going to kill him. That is fine. I'll go ahead and capture those guys off screen. But let's go ahead and head down here to this chest that contains an HP sphere. And then before hopping back on the elevator, let's go ahead and open up this chest, kind of hiding back here for a defense sphere. Very nice. That is going to be one less time we have to fight. I believe it's Tanker. Alright, and unless I'm mistaken, that is actually all of the enemies inside Sin. Yeah, that should be all of them. So let's go ahead and turn off our random encounters. And now the way we want to go is actually up through this way. But if we go ahead and head this way, avoiding these little things that like to pop up, we will see that A, there's a ledge right here, but B, there's a chest down there. Now the way we get that chest, I'm going to go ahead and grab it so you can decide if you want it or not. Go ahead and head down this... I missed it. Go ahead and head down this little alcove right here. And you see that little opening right there in front of me? Yeah, that is actually a little slide. And we take that down here. And that takes us right to this chest, which contains... I think it's supposed to be Leviathan. I could be wrong though. But that contains that weapon, which is an SOS overdrive weapon for Yuna that has no other slots available. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it just because it should sell for quite a good bit. But we're going to be getting something a lot better than that here in the next little bit. But to climb out of here, we just need to walk up to these ledges and find the right place. Tap A and we will climb out. And then make our way on up here. And guys, if we had taken the other route, this would be the where we would be coming from over here. As you can see, not really anything to write home about. But go ahead and have fun. Let's go ahead and take this slide down, just because we can. But anyway, this save sphere up here is actually the last save sphere of the game. So, this little doorway right here is the end of the line. It is our no turning back point. So if you want to do any sort of side quests, stat maxing, take on the Dark Aeons and Penance and all of that, definitely do that right now before you go ahead and fight Sin. But I'm going to go ahead and make a separate save file here, and then in the next episode we are going to take on Sin, and depending on how long that takes, possibly view the Eternal Calm video that comes on the HD remaster of this game. But what I'm going to be doing right now is I'm going to be sitting over here and just capturing 10 of every fiend in the area, and possibly leveling up a little bit before moving on. But that is going to be the end of this episode, guys, and until next episode, this is Fam52 signing out, and peace out.